Hi, Taurus. This is Genevieve with Belladonna Moonbeams. How are y'all doing? I am doing well. I actually spent the weekend in the woods, so I think I have some color in my cheeks. And I went camping. Yes, me, the woman who thinks makeup is God's gift. Well, it was fun. I may actually do it again, which kind of surprises me. This week, okay, this is for the week, for Tauruses, for the week of September 28th, 2020 through October 3rd, 2020. And this week has been interesting. There was a hurricane called Sally, and Sally cut into the Florida Keys and hit Perdido Island, which is a Florida key, and it actually separated the island into three pieces. The main island is still the main island, but there's two little pieces that are now baby islands. They were undeveloped, but they're islands unto themselves. And that, when I saw that, I thought, is this what happened with Atlantis? Is this where everything went wrong? Something like a hurricane? That I always thought it was like an earthquake or something mega, but maybe it was just a hurricane and it went divided. And that is the theory behind how the landmass changed, because as we know, life started in another, I think it was Africa, and then they walked over to Asia, and then they walked down here. Well, they couldn't exactly do that unless we were all one big landmass, and that's never part has never been explained. So that makes me think that maybe that's what happened, and when all this division happened, Atlantis sunk. Maybe it's one theory. I like it. So the first card I drew from is the Magical Unicorns Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. And the card I got is Teamwork. This card says that we have to work together with someone this week. Now, I don't know about you, but I am a person who likes to do it all myself. Just get it done. I am not good at delegating. I'm good at doing the work. And that's why I work alone. That's why I work from home, so I can do it all myself. But this week, I'm going to have to team up with someone on something. I don't know what that is yet, but I do know that I am not an island unto myself for this week. I also pulled a card from the Spell Casting Oracle deck. I opened this deck a week or so ago, and I love it. And still no, they're not paying me. And the card we get is Reconciliation. So who are we supposed to reconcile with? I have a family member that may not even know that we're not reconciled, but this family member drives me nuts. Nuts. And this week, I need to start looking for the God or goddess inside of this person. I'm being specifically cryptic because I don't want this person to discover that we're not reconciled and that there's a rift, in case they don't know. But I know that I need to reach out to that person this week and talk to them and see what's going on. And actually, I've already been thinking that, so getting this card is really telling for me. Oh, by the way, if you don't know it, I'm a Taurus. The next card I get in tarot is the High Priestess. Now it's reversed, but this card is about learning, especially spiritual learning. And so flip this over. I've been not quite as fully engaged in my spiritual learning. And it's time for me to unreverse the card and to get to work. And that's something that's really important. Another card we get is the Three of Cups. And this card is about celebrating with your women friend, having a good time, maybe drinking too much champagne, one mimosa too many. And I think this card is offsetting this card because this card is saying we need to learn, and even though we've been doing a little too much of this, but we need to balance them too. So we need to have good learning, but we also need to have good time with our friends. And finally, we get the Fool. Now, this card is all about the Fool. Now, I don't like the name the Fool, but he's going off to start a new project. This can be a big dream, castles in the air. I don't know about y'all, but I definitely get some castles going on. And so the Fool is getting ready to start on this new project. But he's not seeing everything. See, he's got a dog down here who's saying, help, you're going to step off the precipice. So this card is saying we need to learn before we start off on our dream. And we also need to learn before we party. Because this is the way they were. So this is the card that's telling us a story, and these cards are telling us what to watch out for. Actually, it was like this. So this card is saying we have to do some learning, but we have to have these celebrations of life, and we have to have our dreams. If we do too much learning, we're going to lose sight of why we're doing it, and we're not going to have time for our dreams. But at the same time, we have to do the learning and the work to get to fulfilling those dreams and fulfilling those celebrations. So this week is all about balance for us. Something else to keep in view, Tauruses, and this I'm going to tell everybody, it's really important because Mars is retrograde. This is an emotional time for all of us. This is a time that we yell at the lady at Sonic, or that we get road rage, or whatever it is that you get like that. So take time to see the humanity in others this week or this next few months. When we get testy, take time to see why and to look inside of them and to see who they are. The term namaste means the God in me sees the God in you. It can also be the goddess in me sees the goddess in you. So take the time to see the goddess or the God in others. I think that's imperative, because if we're not seeing that, we're not going to reach reconciliation with anyone. We can't have teamwork if we don't see the God and the goddess in them. So y'all, I want you to have a good week. I want you to be gentle to yourself. And if you want to do a private reading, send me a text, 405-512-9400, or go on my Facebook page, Belladonna Moonbeams. And if not, I'll see you in a few.